it's time to grind. We cross the line, you know the time. It's time to shine, check it. You must be out your mind. Even your third eye is blind sometime. You seen the sign, still cross the line. This life will throw curves and sliders. In times of trouble, we struggle, but the beast inside you must come out or it's famine. System set up to damage you. Unless you work around the scandalous and mismanagement, I ran with it. I became more than I was supposed to, but wouldn't listen to the voices of oppressors who try to keep a brother down. Nah, I ain't having that. I'm after that cabbage black. I felt more than I succeeded at. Life lessons had a brother stressing. Nearly died at my adolescence, but I kept stepping and I kept repping black unity. Never forgot where I came from. Amongst the generational wealth, it takes one to change one. So I'm here to give you game if you game, son. Cause it's game on. It's the same song. If you ain't grinding, you won't last long. You know the story, man. I can't find a job, it's because the man. I never let another man hold me. My pops told me, son, be the best at anything you do, protect that. Your family first, your project, I keep you out the projects. My pops logic, but I hear him though. Now my kids got the blueprint to prove it. Maneuvering around the bullshit. That could be you too, we do this. Just believe in yourself, the wealth comes, no Gucci belt. Let's invest in self, let's digest hate, turn it to power. No protesting, that was last year. We ain't asking, fuck your stimulus, fuck your vaccine. I'm a black king, not only for blacks though. This is for those that feel left behind, can't find steps to climb. Let me testify, we got fish to fry, we don't wish to die, man. Turn the anger to love, stop begging these fools, just take it and run on, son. We had a dream, then we woke up, we focused, take notice, we own it, till we own it, yeah, that's right, stand up, let's ride, love.
What's up, everybody? How y'all doing out there? How y'all doing? I missed you. A farmer goes out and buys a new young rooster. As soon as he brings him home, the young rooster rushes and screws all 150 of the farmer's hens. The farmer's impressed. At lunchtime, the young rooster again screws all 150 hens. The farmer is not just impressed anymore, he's a little bit worried. Next morning, not only did the rooster screw all the hens, but now he's screwing the turkeys, the ducks, and even the cow. Later, the farmer looks out into the barnyard and he finds the rooster stretched out, limp as a rag with his eyes closed, dead, and all the vultures are circling overhead. The farmer runs out, he looks down at the young rooster's limp body and says, "You deserved it, you horny bastard." At that moment, the young rooster opens up one eye. He points up at the vultures with one of his wings and he says, "Shh, they're about to land." How y'all doing tonight, man? How y'all doing? Well, it is Black History Month, and we want to start off the show with some firsts. And being an African American myself, I know that we invented a lot of shit that we don't get credit for, and I know there was a lot of first things that, you know what I'm saying, that we've done that we never got credit for. But I never knew any of this, so I wanted to share it with you guys tonight because I thought it was pretty cool. Let's see. Stevie Wonder was the first black man to tell the police, "I ain't seen shit." I didn't know that. Did you know it? I didn't know that either. All right. Theo, Money Ain't a Thing James, was the first man to make it rain. I didn't know that either. Did you know? All right. You know, they don't teach this shit in school. You know what I'm saying? I never knew that Theo James was the first one. Lamont Jones in 1973 was the first black man to borrow $10 till Friday. I didn't know that shit either. We only got two more. Daryl Baby Hair Jinx. Baby Hair. Daryl Baby Hair Jinx was the first African American to claim that Indian runs in his family. And lastly, the last one, It's a big one. I never knew this shit. Morgan Freeman was the first black person ever. I've been waiting all week to tell you guys that it is time to wake your ass up. How y'all doing, man? I love y'all. I miss you. Y'all miss me? Yes, today does mark the start of Black History Month, and you know, we got our whole month to act a fool. Don't go out there acting crazy because it's Black History Month. Don't act a fool. You know what I'm saying? It's a time to remember, and it's a time to, you know, all 12 months is a time for, you know, African Americans to be proud of who we are and things like that. But this is just a month to reflect. Let's reflect. Let's be peaceful. Don't be out there talking shit, pushing people out of the way because it's Black History Month and it's your month and you can do that shit. Don't do that. But today also marks National Freedom Day, and it commemorates United States President Abraham Lincoln's 1865 signing of the 13th Amendment abolishing slavery in the United States. And that's a beautiful thing. You know he was a Republican? Did you guys know that? Just giving you a little facts, that's all. Today in history, Columbia disaster. On a serious note, Columbia disaster. I don't know if you guys remember this. February 1st, 2003. The space shuttle Columbia disintegrates upon re-entering Earth's atmosphere, killing all 7 crew members. During the launch, a piece of the foam insulation broke off from the space shuttle's external tank and struck the left wing of the orbiter. When Columbia re-entered the Earth's atmosphere, the damage caused hot atmospheric gases to destroy the internal wing structure, which caused the spacecraft to become unstable and break apart. Now, I know that was a while ago. That was, what, 17, 18 years ago. But there was another one when I was young that happened. But where were you? You know, one thing I wanted to do is give some props. I'm a big believer like in aliens and shit. Now, I couldn't be an astronaut because I'm claustrophobic, you know. But you got to give props to those folks, man. The space exploration is important, especially where you motherfuckers is burning up the atmosphere and killing our planet. You're going to have some place else to go. So they're doing a job, man, that is an incredible. Well, how's that for a career? To go up there and see Earth and see it that small. I think that's pretty awesome, man. But RIP, and let's remember those folks, man, the Columbia disaster, awful thing. Greensboro sit-in. Pops, I know you watching. I know you remember this. And when you was younger, 4 black college students known as the Greensboro 4 refused to move from a Woolworth's lunch counter in North Carolina after being denied service. The peaceful protest quickly spread. 70,000 people participated, resulting in 1,600 arrests. 5 months later, after losing over $200,000, Woolworth opened the counters to blacks. Now, I said because my pops watches this. In Louisville, where we're from, there's a Woolworth on, I think it's 4th Street, Pops, about a Galleria where there's a lot of shopping. And it's, that Woolworth's had to have been there since, you know, my pops was young, because you can just see, you can see the history, but you can almost envision how they wouldn't let, you know what I'm saying, black folks sit down. And shit done changed now, man. You know what I'm saying? You talk about progress. This is what, 60 years ago. And, you know, so we definitely are making strides, man. But it's a beautiful thing. 70,000 people participated in getting that to change. And Woolworth was like, shit, we losing money. We may go ahead and let these Negroes in here and eat them a sandwich, man, before they tear the place down. TV's first, today in history, TV's first black and white interracial kiss. February 1st, 1959. Jamaican actor Lloyd Record and English Caucasian actress Andre Melly kiss on ITV Armchair Theater adaptation of Ted Willis's play Hot Summer Night. The first U.S. TV black and white interracial kiss occurred on that special. It's Moving with Nancy. How about that? They interviewed Miss Melly right after the show, and she quotes, and she said, and I quote, "Once you go black, you never go back." No, I made that shit up. They doing all kind of shit on TV now. How y'all doing, man? This week we have a great lineup for you guys. A great lineup. You like it? Brought a little bit more funny tonight, huh? Are you looking for a career change? Or are you just getting into this thing called life and trying to figure it out what you can do? That's what tonight's show is about. Tonight is about career change, and it's also to the young folks that don't know what the hell they want to do when they grow up. And what do you do? You know, and like when I was young, there was a lot of different things you can do, but you know, you still had your main things. You know, now there's so much that you can do out there. And now a couple of things, when you talk about career change. Why are people afraid to change careers? You know, and I think that's important because a lot of us are just afraid. We're just afraid to make a career change, you know, and I think once you're able to overcome that fear, I think that you can get out here and things are going to be better. They're going to be better for you. If you're living week to week, check to check, there's no excuse for you not to try to find something else to do. So tonight we're going to touch on that. Now, what are some of the best jobs for career change? And I made a little list, and there's some shit I found on the internet. Some of them might suit you. Some of them might not suit you. It could be as easy as opening up a fucking lemonade stand, really. It's up to you on what you want to do. But a career change is good if you're living check to check, if you're stagnant. One thing, coronavirus made a whole lot of people do a career change. My history was restaurants. I worked in restaurants. And I felt for those folks, man, because I already knew what they were going through, you know, when COVID hit. And it made a lot of people change, you know, their jobs. And so here's some jobs that don't take a whole lot of schooling, a little bit, if any, and just some different things that maybe you can think about doing. Now, the first one, there's classes on this, but I know a lot of people just get out there and do it. Personal trainer. Well, for me, personal training is not going to work. I don't go out and work out, but a lot of you guys do. You go out there and you work out. Personal trainer is a good job. And with COVID, a lot of the personal trainers took their business outdoors, or they made house calls, or they did certain things, so they adapted. So that's something, if you're in shape and you're running around and shit and you got muscles and all that, personal trainer. Massage therapist. Massage therapists make a lot of money. And it ain't just for women. Guys do it too. But fellas, let me tell you something. I'm going to let you in on a secret, okay? If your lady goes out and get a massage, have a woman do it. Don't let Tyrone go filling up on your lady, because I'm going to tell you she's going to be gone. There's some shit on the internet right now. These dudes playing that music, putting that hot lotion and shit on them. It's a wrap. So make sure. But massage therapist is a good occupation. It's not a whole lot of schooling involved in it, and you can make a lot of money. I know I get massages, not regularly, but I usually do when I travel. And shit, they hit you up for $100, $150 plus you got a tip. And it's usually 20-25% of the massage costs. So, patient care technician. Are you the type of person that likes to take care of people? There's a lot of people that need help, especially in Florida. You know, that's where all the old people live at. Everybody moves down here to Florida. It's a good job. It's something that you might not even thought about. If you're good at taking care of people, like my girlfriend, she loves taking care of people, and that would be a good job for her, you know, and it also make you feel good on the inside. Nail tech. Now I'm gonna tell you this, there's a fucking nail shop on every corner in my neighborhood, and they're all full. As long as you got women, you're gonna need nail salons. Hell, I go get my little manicure. I'm telling you, it's a good occupation, and it's not just for women either. I see men out here doing it too, but the schooling doesn't last that long. It's inexpensive, and it's something where you can set up your own business in your house, or you can go work at a salon. Cosmetology is another one, and I know a lot of these might seem like they're for women, but I'm telling you, they're really not. You know, I see a lot of men getting into this. Now, let's say you want to go to school and get an AA or something like that, business management, business administration, anything in that. If you just want to change, your whole career path, and you've been thinking about you want to do this, fucking go do it. Just go do it. You struggling already. If your check ain't what it needs to be and you living check to check, you might as well struggle for 2 more fucking years and get that shit figured out and change your shit. Handiwork. I talked about this last week. Odd jobs. You can turn an odd job business into a business where you can have 4, 5, 6 working trucks and people, you know what I'm saying, checking you out. I'm telling you, you can grow your business. Now, the biggest thing of all is online. Online business has proven to increase by big numbers, especially with this COVID shit going around. Everybody's thinking about ways to sell shit on the internet. Look at how much more money Amazon made. He's already filthy rich, greedy bastard. He's not greedy, he's smart. But look at how much money this dude making. Alibaba, how much more money these people are making just because of internet sales. People sitting at home. I got so much fucking Amazon shit coming to my house and Alibaba shit coming to my house because I'm bored and shit and I'm sitting there ordering shit. Find you a store, learn how to market yourself on Instagram or Facebook or build a website and sell shit. The shit's easy, but you got to get out there and do it. I know so many people in dead-end jobs. If you work a whole fucking year to make 50 more cents, man, fuck that. Go change your career. Change it. Don't be afraid. Now, one of the fastest growing industries is cannabis. And regretfully, excuse me, I had a special guest for tonight, but she couldn't make it. But I wanted to go ahead and do the show anyway because I think it's an important topic. But one of the fastest growing industries is cannabis. That's right. Weed, dro, loud, exotic. There's all kind of names. And for us old heads, reefer, doja, and Mary Jane. I never thought I'd see the day where not only will we be able to smoke it without going to jail, but one of the biggest surprises to me is how the government is starting to back off of it. Because you already know it's a natural plant. Why is it illegal? Well, there's a lot of politics that goes on behind that. Back in the days, hemp farms was going to take over cotton. The cotton industry shut that shit out, right? Pharmaceutical. Weed is so good for different ailments that you have, and I got a list of shit I'm gonna go over. It's so good for a lot of different ailments that you have that pharmaceutical people, they didn't want that shit, so they pushed it out, make it illegal. Now what you're starting to see, first it's passing for medical, like in Florida where we're at, it's medical. It's not recreational, so you gotta have glaucoma, you know what I'm saying, to smoke it legally. But California, first thing I did when I went to California is I went to the dispensary and I bought me some weed and I bought me some papers and I rolled that shit up and I walked down the street and smoked it. And I was scared as hell, but I did it anyway and I didn't get in no trouble. But as far as an occupation, some of you guys are sitting on the couch and all you do is smoke fucking weed anyway and play video games. Why don't you learn the business? Learn the business. And we're going to reschedule the young lady that was going to come on the show because she was talking about just that, cannabis college and different things. Now, medical marijuana, it's used to treat a number of different conditions, including Alzheimer's disease, appetite loss, cancer, Crohn's disease, diseases that affect the immune system like HIV, AIDS, or multiple sclerosis, eating disorders such as anorexia, epilepsy, glaucoma, mental conditions like schizophrenia, post-traumatic stress disorder, muscle spasms, nausea, pain, seizures. I mean, check this shit out. Weed can damn near cure everything. And I think once you really start putting the money into the research, this shit probably cures cancer. It's already known to help with cancer. It'll probably cure just about any fucking thing that bothers it. And here's the thing. God put this plant on this earth at the beginning of time. And the politics and the greed and all the shit behind it made people suppress it. But guess what? It's 2021. A lot of the people are going to be voting. And I'm going to say it right now. Excuse me. In the next 5 to 10 years, every state is going to be every state federal, and you're going to be able to have not only medical, but recreational. People that smoke always knew that it was helping people in a lot of ways. Not all cities are on board with the recreational use of the drug, but they will soon. I have a video that I wanted to play for you guys today, and it just talks about a couple of different career choices that you can make with the cannabis. So we're going to go ahead and play that for you right now. Be right back.
Imagine if you work with weed for the rest of your life. That's happening now. The cannabis industry is going to be one of the fastest growing industries, while other manufacturing jobs are shrinking. There are schools now that are offering career paths in marijuana that you take today. And it's shown that people who work in alternative industries have happier employees. 1 in 5 Americans are smoking weed now. That's a lot of people deserve. There's only so much money to go around. The more money that's going to weed, the less money that's going to be fueling toxic cigarettes. And as other economies decline, marijuana is going to be one of the few things that are helping it grow. And it will be the first billion-dollar industry with more female executives than men. And these are real jobs. These are fake things. These are things that are going to get you arrested or ruin your life. We need things like bartenders. When you go to pick up your weed, you know what high you want to get. You don't know how you're going to get there. We need people who know how to market it and know how to sell it. And imagine being a bartender. If you're a bartender, you have to deal with surely drunk all night and try to kick out of your bar. If you're a bartender, you're just going to talk about better. Nicolas Cage or Steven Seagal. And we need people who can make edibles. You don't want to be everybody's bong super strong edibles that are going to send you to the moon. You want someone you can trust and who's registered to make these things. These are all things that are important in the industry and so people take seriously. And these jobs are available right now. So go and live your dream.
All right. How y'all like that little video? Bud tender. I've never heard of such. You know what I'm saying? But I tell you, a bud tender, when I went to Vegas, and there's a mall there. I forget the name. Maybe somebody can help me. I think it's Planet 13 or some shit like that. The whole mall was dedicated to marijuana use. And they had restaurants where all the cuisine was infused with marijuana. Edibles is a big booming business. You don't have to smoke. A lot of people don't like to smoke because of the lungs and all that. There's so many different ways you can ingest marijuana, THC, and cannabis that you would be shocked. This was almost like a fine dining type establishment, and the whole mall was dedicated to bud. You know what I'm saying? So I thought it was a really cool thing. All right, so that career change, guys. Listen. I was once that person that was afraid. I started off in the restaurant business. I had a salaried position. I made decent money, $100,000 a year. And I worked a lot of hours, you know what I'm saying? But I made it work, and it didn't really put me too far ahead in life, but it gave me everything that I needed. I was able to raise my son, you know what I'm saying? And without too many worries and things like that. I still struggle from time to time, but I was afraid, and I was working for a company I was working for a big corporation. I won't say their name because I don't want to hear shit. But they had a few different restaurant chains, and they closed one of the restaurant or sold one of the restaurant chains that I was working for. So a lot of us lost our jobs. So it forced me to switch up. Now, at first I didn't. At first, because I had a nice severance package so I could chill for a little bit. But I went back and I started working at another restaurant. And I didn't stay there long. That's the dirtiest fucking restaurant I ever worked at. I'm not going to say their name because, I don't want no problems with nobody and shit. But that shit was filthy. The people that know me know which restaurant I'm talking about. I was a week into training, and I told this dude, listen, the GM, I said, look, man, you got to clean this shit up. This is nasty. You can't be feeding people and the shit's nasty and all of that. That lasted me about 2 months. I quit. I had the opportunity to get into sales, which was a career path that I never thought that I would be in. I knew nothing about, but I believed in myself, and I jumped in it. Now, for me, I had to get fired to make that jump. Some people have the COVID, as a reason to make that jump. And some people are just stuck. But let me ask you a question. If you are out there struggling now, what the fuck do you got to lose? What do you got to lose? Make the jump. Now, a lot of the suggestions that I came up with and told you guys about is about running your own business or at least working for yourself, because you don't have to have a big business to work just for yourself. You can make a living just being a one-person show. Now, thinking outside the box, though, does not fall into the norm. So it does come with criticism. When you think outside of the box, when you have big dreams and big ambitions, you know, people are gonna call you crazy. Puff Daddy once said that you want to have success so bad that people think you're crazy. You know, it's time to switch up, y'all. See, this whole get up, go to work, get up, go to work, get up, go to work, have a weekend, go back to work on Monday. Fuck all of that. You're not excited, you're not happy, and you don't have a whole lot of money. So what are you doing with your life? God gives you one shot at this shit. One. This ain't a video game. You don't have 9 lives, 10 lives. Your ass gets one. And once it's over, it's over. So stop making excuses and go out here and do it. You got to dream big. You always got to think different if you're trying to be successful. Because remember, most people aren't. Most people are afraid. It's not that they don't have dreams and ambitions. It's just that they're afraid. They are afraid to make that jump. And I'm telling you, once you make that jump, man, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. If I hadn't got fired, if I hadn't went and worked for that shitty restaurant and quit and went into the sales position that I knew nothing about, I wouldn't have owned my own business. I wouldn't be the entrepreneur that I am now. I was always a hustler. I always had some other money coming in, but now I can call myself an entrepreneur. But it wasn't until I had to get out there and change my career path until I was able to do it. We are the most intelligent creatures on this earth, but we do stupid shit all the time. The freedom of thought is an amazing gift, and it should be exercised daily. You think about it. We're the only species on this earth that can think and move and build shit and create shit and do this. So you think that with the gift that you have, you were meant to work 9 to 5 every fucking day? Do you think that that's what you put on this earth for? I'm telling you, that's not why you put here on this earth. We are the most intelligent, except for cats. And cats, them motherfuckers are smarter than all of us are. You ever look at a cat? I've got 3 of them. And my cats look at me like I'm the dumbest creature on earth. You know what I'm saying? They have it good. They live in a nice big house. They have air conditioning. All they gotta do is fucking come rub up against my leg and then get a bowl of food. Now, other than cats, I think that we are the smartest people. I got another video for you guys. It's by Jack Ma. It's Motivational Monday. Jack Ma is the owner, if you don't know who he is the owner of Alibaba. And he just has a little Monday motivation that I wanted to play for you. So we're gonna go ahead and do that and we'll be right back, all right? Hold up.
I didn't have a rich father. Not from well-educated. I said I tried 3 times for university. All failed. For the last time, I went to teacher's college, which was considered the third or fourth class of my city. But I think that is the best university I've ever had. Better than Harvard, Wharton. I applied for Harvard 10 times. All failed. They don't want to see me. Terrible. And I think that is a normal life. It was so difficult at that time. I was so frustrated because I taught in the university. My pay was $10 a month. Was not easy, but I believe something is waiting for me there. And I have to work hard to prove myself. That was the tough experience. And I never thought I was smart. Nobody believed that I could be successful because everybody said, this guy thinks different, think crazy, think about something never works. Nobody agree with. As I said, I believe because I saw the computer in 1994 when I went to the USA. I think this thing could be big. I never thought it would be that big like today. Honestly, people say you're smart, you have a big vision. I'm lucky to know a lot of famous people. Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, Jack Welch, Larry Page, Mark Zuckerberg. I would like to share with you the difference between those people and other people. They are always optimistic for the future. They never complain. They always try to solve the problems of the others. And I think where is the opportunity? The opportunity always lies in the place where people complain. Some people say complain. You think if I can solve that complaint, that's the opportunity. Because everybody agrees why this opportunity should be yours. Because people don't agree with it. And you think this is good. Think carefully and find a group of people working together. And making sure the people working with you together believe the dreams. Whether investors believe this or not, whether your friends believe it or not, whether your parents believe it or not, that's not important. You believe it. Your team believe it. And work day and night on this. That's what happens. Everybody is the same. Because we are stuck from the same line. The best asset you have is that you are young. Don't complain. Let the other people complain. Those people complain. Those people fail. Think about how you can make things different. Use your own brain to think. Is that opportunity inside? Is there anything I can do that make a difference? Think about this. And then when you think about this, start to do it. I saw young people have fantastic ideas every evening. But in the morning they go to the office again. Make the move. Make action. To everybody, to any person, tomorrow is new. You have to work very hard. Right. Either work for the others or work for yourself. And I choose the way work for myself. But working for myself, that means working for the society. If you really want to work for yourself, think about the others. Make sure you help others. Because only when the other people are successful, when the other people are happy, you will be successful, you will be happy.
Y'all listen. I just wanted to take a second, man. I just was reading my comments, and it just struck a nerve with me. My father said that the first job, we were talking about Woolworths earlier, he said his first job was there when he was 14. And he could work there, but he could not eat there. I want to tell you guys something for a second. The whole reason why I do this show is so we don't have another generation of people, not just black people, but poor people, people that don't understand or don't have gain to opportunities, or, you know. I do this because I don't want to see another generation of us not be able to be successful. When 1% of the population has all of the money, I have a problem with that. There's so much fucking money out here. My father, my grandfather, his father, they didn't bust their ass to make change for us to sit here and fuck up the opportunity. So it doesn't matter to me if 1,000 people watch this show, 100 people watch this show, or 10 people watch this show. As long as one person watches this show that I'm gonna help change and help get where they wanna get, then I'm happy. My mission is accomplished. Because at the end of the day, we have to do better. We have to do better. And we're capable of doing better. So remember, either you're starting over, you're starting out, don't be afraid to do it. Your life comes by only one time, so make the most of it. You are the future and you control your vision. So please, please, put the fucking PlayStation control down. Get off the couch. Go get you a paper and a fucking pencil and write you a fucking business plan. If you're working 2 and 3 jobs and you're coming home tired and you don't have time to enjoy your family, figure out something else to do. You understand? You might think you have a good job. Like I said, I made $100,000 a year. Woo, I made it. But I ran a company that made $150,000 a fucking week. You tell me where the fucking sense in that. And I worked 70 hours a week, and I didn't have enough time for my son. I made it work, but it wasn't all the time that I wanted. So you tell me that. You might think you have a good job, but think about this. How much money do you make, and how much money is that fucking company making? And you're the one running it, and you're the one doing the work. You gotta think, guys. We gotta get smarter than that. So please share this. Tell a friend to watch the Wake Your Ass Up show, because we're gonna give you some gems, and we're gonna get this fucking generation going. You hear me? All right. Till next week, please populate some positive energy on the population, because we need that shit. And mush all the negative people to the negative section. Why? Fuck them. We don't need them. And until next week, guys, stay up, stay positive, stay motivated. I love yous. Bless.
Y'all know that time, it's time to rise, it's time to grind. We cross the line, you know the time, it's time to shine. Check it, you must be out your mind. Even your third eye is blind sometime. You seen the sign, still cross the line. This life will throw curves and sliders. In times of trouble, we struggle, but the beast inside you must come out, or it's famine. System set up to damage you. Unless you work around the scandalous and mismanagement, I ran with it. I became more than I was supposed to, but wouldn't listen to the voices of oppressors who try to keep a brother down. Nah, I ain't having that. I'm after that cabbage black. I felt more than I succeeded at. Life lessons had a brother stressing. Nearly died at my adolescence, but I kept stepping and I kept repping black unity. Never forgot where I came from. I'm on some generational wealth.